Hello, everybody. This is AKA Heather Joy, and with me is our little bit of a miserable captain, I think, right now. He's I see him sniffing, so his nose is running.
Yeah, I'm having some having some nose drip, and I'm having some muscle issues. But all things considering, for this long in the game, it's certainly different than actually doing the drug of choice, the obese house addiction. So you're going to be reading us the questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this means? This means because first of all, these questions have been hermetically sealed in a Hellman's mayonnaise jar on the back porch of Uncle Michael Sports since noon yesterday. I have not seen these questions at all.
I wrote them all this afternoon. I did not find them. I wrote them.
So for the first time, I can have an opportunity to weigh in with my own prowess, so to speak.
All right.
Oh wow! All right, I'm going to be right back. I need one more form of digital media. 1 second.
All right. Well, while he is grabbing that, I just wanted to let everybody know. If you don't know, you are aboard the lifeboat, guys. We do have a few rules. Even though tonight's a fun night, I still want to run through the rules. First of all, talking in the chat and especially, and the comment section. Please, no politics. That's just far too triggering. The second one, this is not a religious channel. It's fine to say things like, I'm going to pray for you. Things like that, that's fine, but please no overbearing religious tones of any kind, okay? The third one, please refrain from swearing in the chat and the comment section, as our captain always says. He's not.
If you can't control your mouth, then you can't control your life.
There you go, and I agree. The fourth one, no trolls, guys. There's just no room on this boat at all for mean people. Not at all. If you're going to be mean, you're going to get banned. Anyway.
On account of the fact that mean people suck. All right. So now, because of how I came in on this, I can actually see comments. Yeah, I'm rolling. Look at this. We're ready to roll.
Okay. Oh, we have a lot of people here too. Ian, Mr. Ray, Zenwen, Alan, Virginia, Dennis Grace.
So today we're giving out a couple of prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of the prizes.
Yeah, these prizes. Well, yeah. Only one of these prizes, and we'll give you a chance when you win. See, what I did was there's actually enough of these where you can choose which one that you get. Annie, get your gun. I don't know that I've ever said hello to you. Welcome to the lifeboat. Annie, get your gun. Not only a great musical, but a really killer song by the band Squeeze on singles 45 and unders. Available on Arista. I don't know what's
I don't remember that one. Let's see.
So one of the two prizes that we have is the lifeboat I Quit hot sauce. The thing is this will not kill you. This is not like Scoville Brothers kind of hot sauce. This is the kind of hot sauce that you absolutely can enjoy. It was my dad was a big fan of pepperoncini, and when my dad died, they did a couple of tribute sauces to him. That yeah,
awesome.
Pepperoncini. Was the original first year. They're all done for charity, and this was the second year sauce and. Yeah, it's good stuff, and I promise you it won't burn you. You can have a good time with that. This, on the other hand, will absolutely make you want to call 911.
Tube of terror?
Sort of, but it's it is another tube product. This is the 6 hot balls, and I'm not going to read you the ingredients because if I do, you might bail out and not try to win in the first place. But suffice to say that the 6 hot balls are ugly. They really, really are. It's a very, very ugly challenge. This is not something you would eat for enjoyment. This is something that you would eat as a challenge. But we do have a decent collection of chili heads on the lifeboat. So
yes, we do.
We do.
I grow them, but I don't partake.
Well, you know what? It's I'm probably going to eat a super hot pepper at some point today, just in hopes of kicking in some endorphins and getting it.
Hey, it can't hurt.
No, for real, right? I mean, for real, it's an opportunity to kick that in. I think that it has been my experience that when endorphins are cruising through my body, that I'm just a happier camper. Here's what we'll do: we'll randomly pick one or two of these questions along the way, and those will be the litmus test for the win. Miss B, good to see you. Charlie Murphy, Mr. Radio,
we've got some people I've never seen before. They're value size.
All right, welcome to the boat.
And the one you mentioned, where did they go now? There's one that you just mentioned I have never seen before.
Can you get your gun?
Yes, that was it. There was that, and there was something about what bubble wrap, or what was the name on that one? I'd never.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, pink bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap, still pink.
That's bubble wrap's been around. Bubble wrap's been around for a minute.
Okay.
Well, bubble wrap's been around for a minute. James Novak, good to see you. Horton Thistle, right here, Horton. Harvest 912. Oh man, we really got the crew. See, Harvest 912 will neck 6 hot balls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I will not let circumstances dictate my sobriety. How cool is that?
I like that.
Well played, man. 5% of what happens to you in life is the circumstances that we simply cannot control. It's not a damn thing we can do about it. They're going to happen to us. And they go from the mundane, where it means absolutely nothing, to the horrific, where we lose family members or something really, just catastrophic happens in our lives. But either way, right, whether it's really menial or whether it's just absolutely awful, it's the 5%. And what determines our life and how things go, and whether we get through things or whether things really linger is what we do with the 95%. That's how we react to the things that we cannot control and the things that are just going to happen. And it's, I don't know, it's worth it. It is.
We've got a new one too, Shatsy.
Shatsy, I saw Shatsy, I believe, 2 or 3 shows ago.
Okay,
welcome back, Shatsy.
Well,
no,
you don't. These are new to me.
Absolutely do not want to throw away 5 months of sobriety, Shatsy. Absolutely, you don't. And the opposite of addiction is connection. If you're at 5 months and you're starting to feel, anywhere but like you're going in the right direction, in my experience in doing this, every time that happens, it's because we have started to isolate and we've started to hold things inside that start eating us from the inside out. And if you don't get those things out, if you don't open up and talk to people, then things will eat you alive. And I did that for 3 decades. I tried to quit and I tried to just hold all of the crap inside. And then one day I just sort of kicked the gates open, so to speak. And it's been a very, very different setup since then. It's been well, I've had success, but you're not gonna blow 5 months. Far too important for that. I have no fear. You're not going to blow 5 months. Monk. Good to see you.
Hey, Mark Andrew Demarest. There's a new one for me too.
Nice. Mitch, good to see you. Welcome to the boat.
Welcome everybody. And Harvest 912 Tadding Kit.
That's a good friend of Johnny's. Really, really good friend of my brother John.
Oh, really? Well, welcome. This is awesome. There's another one, Mitch Palacio.
Hey, Mitch. Good to see you.
And yeah.
All right. Are you people ready to find out that I'm better at this trivia thing than all of you?
Okay.
Yeah. Are you prepared for this? There's been no collusion. There's been no collusion. I've been crawling around and complaining and laying in bed all day long. So I assure you, there's been no collusion. I didn't. Trish Gillian, glad you're here, Trish. T-Gun, good to see you. New Zealand Chili Head. See, that's a guy that would. That's a guy that would win the hot stuff and be stoked about it. He. I've watched him take down some pretty hot peppers already on his channel. So. No, that's another person that won't mind the 6 hot balls, courtesy of Blazing Foods. Pichuan.
All right,
Pichuan. I don't know whether I know Pichuan has never been here, so welcome to the lifeboat. Ilea!
Oh, Ilea, hey, you. I
Hey,
haven't seen you here for a
good to
while.
see you, Ilea. It is
I don't
true.
have to go over to Marfugle to see her anymore.
Ilea is a talented trivia person, though, so we're in
Mm.
trouble. We're in trouble.
Okay.
The big guns have come out for trivia night. Welcome, Ilea. Good to see you, hon.
Cool. I'm glad I wrote these all then.
Great.
I'm kind of tempted to go get my husband and have him.
Annette. Annie, get your gun as Annette. Oh, excellent. Annette, good to see you.
Okay.
All right, good. I'm giving my dog to the winner. You pay shipping. John Doe, I think that dog is there for the long haul, John Doe. The dog's not going anywhere, man. You'd be lost without your dog. Stop it. Patrick, it's good to see you. All right, ready? Let's fire this thing up, Heather. Let's see what you got.
All right.
Let's see what you got.
My first one. Okay. Which was a popular 80s band? And these are multiple choice here. Okay. We've got the Bangles, The Cure, Duran Duran, or all of the above. We're starting out easy.
What? A little warm up. Well, that one. Oh, you know what? Look, you got to just ask me because I'm not going to be able to type this up into the screen. So, well, now you know what? Now I can actually. I'm going to go with D, all of the above.
Yep.
Going with D, all of the above.
That was an easy one. We're starting out easy here.
Right.
Okay, the next one, I like this one. Which 80s film starring Jeff Goldblum which 80s films starred Jeff Goldblum as an alien who is trying to play soccer? Is it A, Earth Girls Are Easy, B, The Vibes, C, The Fly, or D, Transylvania 65000? And no, it's not The Fly, guys.
No, it's not. It is most assuredly. It's A, Earth Girls Are Easy. And I'll tell you something.
Yep.
In that film is also Marlon Wayans is in that film, or the oldest one. Damon Wayans is in that film. And so is Ace Ventura. What's his name? But the three of them all star in that movie. And what's his name? Can't remember the female lead's name. Someone will get it for me though. Yeah, Jim Carrey. Thank you, Ray Ray. Jim Carrey is in there as well. Now, give me the female lead's name. Come on, people. You have to have my back because I know this and I don't know it. It's one of those that's parked right on the front of my tongue and I can't. So a little help. Gina Davis.
That's right. I couldn't.
Gina Davis. I may have got that up before anyone else did. Trivia master. I just spiked the football, just for the record. That was a football spike.
Okay, this is another easy one here.
Chassie, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that.
What's going on?
Just that if I finished my treatment and was released this week, I felt a sense of security, but also a sense of loss. Absolutely. I mean, it's scared. Well, you know what? Coming here and telling people that is probably the most important thing in the world, Chassie. Real talk. And if you're looking for a new support system, this is the place to do it. Listen, people, if you just got to the lifeboat and you're just getting to know people, do me a favor, honestly. And this is not a YouTube ploy. Anyone who's been on the lifeboat for any length of time will tell you, I don't care. I don't tell you to smack the subscribe buttons and do all of the things that I'm supposed to as a YouTuber Hold on. Did someone just say Daphne Zuniga? I went to high school. Daphne Zuniga and I graduated from the same high school. Odd reference right there. But Daphne Zuniga and I graduated from the same high school. If you're here and you're on the lifeboat and you're just starting to get acclimated, you want the quickest way to get acclimated? Wait until the video is over. Wait 25 minutes. Go back and look at all of the people that left comments and hit every one of them with a comment. Tell them hello. Tell them who you are. Because this is the lifeboat. And it will not be a comment that goes unanswered. People will then fire back at you. And that's how most of the people on the lifeboat really got to know a lot of people really quick. And it's part of the backbone of everything that we do here. What you're going through right now, Shatsy, is a loss of connection. There's a reason that we say that the opposite of addiction is connection, right? That's not BS. That's real talk. And the opposite of addiction, if you're not getting connected with people, and your best bet is to get connected with people who know exactly what you're going through, because let's be honest, what we're going through sucks, right? It's a difficult thing. This road is hard, and for some people, it's hard forever. That's just it, right? I mean, that's the reality of sobriety for a lot of people, is that you're going to need support for a long time. And the best that we can hope for is to find individuals who know exactly what you're going through. Because if not, every time you sit down for an hour to try to make somebody understand what's going on in your life, for the first 45 minutes, you're going to try to make them understand why it is even a thing that you did drugs, especially after the first time you quit, or after the second time you quit, or after the third time you quit. Because as far as they're concerned, you're stupid or you're defective. Even if they don't say it out loud, or even if they don't feel comfortable saying it out loud, that's kind of the reality. Because if you look at our behavior from the outside and you have no idea what drug addiction is, right? You followed me around until I was 46. You would have gone, this dude is the dumbest human being on planet Earth. He is not without skills. The guy can make a living. He can do some really cool things and get paid really well. And yet the dude would rather just get wasted and screw off one beautiful human being in after another in his life. Whoever it is he links up with, he's going to find a connection to boot people out of his life and out of his love and out of all of those things. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So if the people who have never been an addict look at what you do and go, nah, I just don't get that, then what do? We sit down and we try to have a conversation with them and make them understand. You can show up at a place like this and say, I'm scared because I'm leaving. I had a level of security while I was in treatment, and I'm scared crapless right now because that level of security is gone. Trying to explain that to somebody who doesn't understand what it means to have freedom, right? And for us, the first thing that freedom means is, if I want to get wasted now, I can get wasted now. Been there. I've been there so many times and at so many levels. You know what I mean? Like, even in prison, they put you on a yard and the first thing that you hear is, they don't piss test here for any reason. Like, I've gone to prisons where they said, I don't care what happens, they're not piss testing anybody. They just don't do it. And then everybody goes nuts. And then the yards get bad enough and people are overdosing and all kinds of things are happening. And the next thing you know, they're testing everybody. But when I got out of prison this last time, this was the first time I ever got out of prison and decided this was it. I was not going to get high again. I was actually going to buckle down and I was going to change my life. And I get to a halfway house, and the first thing I see when I walk into a room is a guy snorting a line of cocaine. Just effing walked out of prison, right? That morning, I woke up incarcerated for the 1700th time or whatever the hell it came out to, right? Long time. And all of a sudden now, I got to go out into the real world, and I got to kind of deal with all of this ridiculous stuff. And it's super easy. It really is. It's super easy when you've got somebody right there to go, hey, whatever, don't do it. We can test you in 2 weeks. I went through that halfway house. Then I came to the city that I was living in at the time, and they piss tested me every other day. I'm not kidding you. Every other day. If I had done anything at that halfway house to catch any kind of a habit, I mean, the kind of habit where you may do one once a week or whatever, I'd be going back to prison. But I don't know. If you do good, you got nothing to worry about, right? Do good and fear not.
They use my husband at the mine. They piss test them a lot, and they know my husband will be clean every time, so they purposely go after him. Right. They just take a few random people. Yeah.
Random.
Yeah.
Now I've been on prison yards where they had to give drug tests to a certain number of people, and I was at a place in California, and they would say, "Go get me 6 white guys that can piss, and I need 4 black guys." And they would tell somebody from each race, and we'd go around and go, "You clean? You clean? You clean?" Until we found people that could, because they just want to look on paper, to Congress like they're drug testing a bunch of people, and a bunch of people are actually passing. Because in the real world, that crap doesn't happen. Pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of people getting wasted. If you test 35 or 40 people, you're going to find 15 or 16. Squirrel does want to try trivia. Hold on, I'll turn her basket. She can get in on this. All right, let's hear that next one.
All right. Oh, I like this one. Okay, this was in 1987. Which football team lost 8 straight games?
In 1987.
1987, and I've got three
Okay.
choices here:
Okay.
the Green Bay Packers, the New York Giants, or the Chicago Cardinals.
Yeah, we're gonna go with. I'm gonna go with B on this one. That is my guess on this one.
B.
Zen guessed the Cleveland Browns, and you know what, Zen, that is always a good guess to a question like this. Absolutely a great guess to a question like this.
Jason got it. It was the Cardinals.
It was the Cardinals.
Yeah, I asked my husband this, and when I told him it was the Chicago Cardinals, he went, "Wait, what? They're not from Chicago." I said they were.
No, I figured the Giants were a safe bet because I don't watch football anymore. I haven't watched football since I don't know. It's been over a decade. I just don't watch it at all. But I used to, and I used to be like really really into it. I played it, but the Giants lose constantly. It was a running joke between me and and my dad. They're just If the Giants win, I'm always shocked. No offense, I'm from Cleveland area. Well, then Shatsy. There's a great, there is one of the greatest ever jokes that went around the internet. And it shows a guy, and you just see him screaming. And he's talking about how I've given you so much and you've given me nothing. And it's just a very serious deal. And as the camera turns, he's standing and screaming at the stadium. And he's got tickets in his hand. And he's like, for so many years. And he's like, I'm done. You're never going to see me again. And he goes walking off. He looks back over his shoulder. And he's like, I'll see you next season. And it just absolutely cracked me up. But yeah, people that have been putting up with it a really long time. God bless you. If you're a Cleveland Brown fan, God bless you, man. That's tough stuff. All right. I missed one. All right. I won't hear anything from any of you because I'm still the guy.
Well, maybe you can get this next one.
Run you off. I will turn this boat around. What's that?
You got to get this next one.
Okay.
You got to get this one.
Let's see what we got.
Okay. Which player was banned from playing baseball when he threw a bat at the umpire in 1989? The choices here are Nolan Ryan, Pete Rose, or Willie Wilson. You got this one. I knew this one.
Well, you know what? I am not a baseball guy at all.
I'm not either.
But I'm going to go with Willie Wilson.
Let's see. Let me make sure I wasn't paying attention here.
We have a lot of people
coming. Got it. It was Pete Rose.
See, we also had Willie Nelson. We also had Willie Nelson. And although that was not one of the choices, I'm going to throw a bone to Mr. Ray Ray on that. That's pretty good stuff. That's if you're not gonna get it, that's how you don't get it. Well played, Mr. Ray Ray. I enjoyed that. Willie Wilson, based on name alone, says he. Just based on name, Willie Wilson. But okay, then what's next? What do we got?
Okay, the next one. Let's see. Name the movie from 1980 that featured high-speed car chases through the streets of Chicago, as well as the interior of a mall, and featured some very famous musicians and some classic, iconic American songs. And you get no choice on this.
I can tell you every song. I can tell you every line to the entire movie.
Me too.
This one's right in my wheelhouse. We have Cannonball Run. Mr. Ray Ray
and Annie
got the Blues Brothers. Now here's the thing, man. The Blues Brothers is hands down top 2 films in my life that I watched more than any other movie. And I'm talking about like I'm on a mission from God. I'm not joking you. Like I've probably seen this movie 250 times. I'm not kidding. I had 6 or 7 friends that for years, if we got together, we watched the Blues Brothers. Like it was just such a thing where and when I grew up, it was It was bizarre. So I'm going to viciously punish.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to viciously punish Mr.
Ray
Ray for the correct answer on this one by giving you 6 hot balls from Blazing Foods. With the caveat that you're filming this.
I was just gonna say it's got
I'm telling you, because there's not. If you get one of these and you don't film it, you're an idiot. And if there's no shame on the lifeboat, go watch my milk video. If you haven't seen the milk video, no, this is the gospel truth, right? If you just got to the lifeboat and you have not seen the Stroming video that I do with my brother Johnny, or the milk video that I do with my brother Johnny, you're missing the absolute bottom of the barrel, just in disgust, right? Not really good therapeutic, let's get sober kind of stuff. So much more of me vomiting viciously, once on camera, once off camera. But if you haven't gone and checked it out, you really are missing out on some of the best that the lifeboat has to offer. I apologize. Well done, Mr. Ray. He says, I don't live in Tucson anymore. I moved. That's all right. We've got people at the lifeboat that just specialize in tracking down people that moved. I've got friends from Scientology. Who do you think you're screwing with, dude? Come on. We'll have you tracked down in 15 minutes. That's what Scientologists do. All right. What do we got next?
All right. The next one. Okay. Which of the following 80s movies were John Hughes movies? And there's a lot. There's 32 in total.
We should do which ones aren't, because the guy did every movie in the 1980s. I feel like this is a trick question. If you get to like L, all of the above, I'm going to be very, very
and I just posted some of the.
Okay.
Some of them you might not. You'd be surprised.
Awaken, good to see you. Sorry.
Let's see. Okay. So again, which of the following are John Hughes movies? First one, A, is National Lampoon's European Vacation. B is Mr. Mom. C is 16 Candles. D is Uncle Buck. And E is Weird Science. Which of those are John Hughes?
The last 3, I am pretty much completely locked up on that. Those are absolutely John Hughes movies. Like Uncle Buck is one of my favorite films of all time.
I just watched
absolutely, yeah. Buck Melanoma, Molly Russell's Uncle Ward. I'm not her ward. She's my kid. I'm her pimple.
Actually, guys, it is. Oh, James got it. Yes, it's all of the above. Every single one of those.
You know what? It really sounded like everything. It did.
Sensational Cinema got it. I wasn't paying attention.
Sensational Cinema, well played.
Yeah, he got it first. So yeah, I wasn't.
Wait a second. Are we missing Ireland? I haven't seen Full of Hope.
Yeah.
Whitman, good to see you, bud.
I even did one in honor of her.
Well, maybe she will make it to the party. We'll see what happens.
I hope so.
You know what? Just in case, I can't even put up ones. I was going to, but I don't have any.
I'll put one up for you. I got yours open.
Thank you. It is a complete and utter loss of talent and skill if I get near anything that has a plug in it. Rest in peace, John Hughes. Amen. Mm-hmm. Well, good. Then I hope she's asleep. Yep. I really do hope that she's asleep.
She needs it.
Because sleep is a really good thing, and she doesn't get enough of it. But you know what, man? Thank God for the 80s. I'm not one of those cats that parks in a decade and like doesn't move on. You know what I'm saying? But if I was going to, it would be the 80s. And I might have a couple of pair of acid wash jeans and maybe a pair of Jerbots that still like cinch at the ankle and look like something that MC Hammer knows about. But I rocked a pretty vicious mullet for a decent amount of the 1980s. My brother Johnny,
really?
I could show you a picture of my brother Johnny and I that would absolutely have you in pain. Oh yeah. Both of us, we had to get dressed up for something in family. We had on shirts and ties and just mullets, you know, the business on top, party in the rear. Mullets were awful. Okay. A pair of skids and parachute pants. Chili Phil was there. Big hair. Yeah. You know what? I dig 80s night. I was born in 79. Haven't known any of these answers yet. Yeah, Mel. Yeah, we're a decade off. Don't worry, Mel. We do 90s nights too. All right.
All right.
Grunge trivia, please, says Annette. Yeah, see, we
Okay.
get into the 90s and I do this number here. Those are the nights that I want the cards in my hand so I can go, I knew that. And give that look like, for real, like the guy, game show guys always do that. No, it was C. And then they tell you some, Tenzing Norgay. Surprised you didn't know that. And give you that. They're smarter than you look, even though they're reading the answer off of the card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little bit. I had big 80s metal hair. Sweet. Nice. John Doe says 70s were great. The 80s sucked. Boy, it's a lot of perspective. I'll tell you what, though. I didn't live through the 70s, but I lived through a lot of the 70s vicariously through the 80s. Like, I did a lot of the same stuff that was going on, and I really got into the music of the 70s. I think the 70s is a really cool generation. I really do. 70s and 80s, I think, are great. Even 60s. Then the rest of you can all go to hell. Like, if you were not in that, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
But,
Okay, you ready for another one?
Yeah.
All right. I don't remember which year Mount Saint Helens erupted. I think it was 2008, but it did erupt on May 18th of which year? Was it 80, 81, or 82? Do you remember? I'm sure you remember that.
Oh, I remember every detail of it, but I don't remember I don't remember what year it was. I know what school I was at. I'm trying to think of what teacher that I had. I want to say it happened in 80 though. I really think it happened in 80. If not 81, but I think it was 80.
You got it, Pat. A bunch of you guys got it. Yep, it was 80. Miss Dragon, Chili Phil, Patrick's 421. Let's see, Valerie, de Beaumont. Who else? Patrick Taylor.
I'll give you a quick. It came to life on my birthday. It burped smoke, and I came out of my mama's belly. How cool is that? It rained ash on us in Salt Lake City, says Goosebumps. I'll tell you what, peeps. I'm going to tell you an absolutely worthless Mount Saint Helens story just because it is so vivid in my head. But I had a teacher so I was a really opinionated kid, and I swear to you, I'm not kidding. I don't think my vocabulary has gotten much bigger or my ability to speak has gotten much different since I was a really, 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 really young kid. I've always been a bit of a weirdo. But this teacher was on the opposite end of the political spectrum that I was already developing a taste for by the time I was in like middle school. But this teacher, I disliked every single thing that this guy stood for, but I learned more from this cat than any other. But he wheeled a television set into the classroom. And I'm talking about a TV. You remember TVs in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like, this was a big chunk of plastic and glass and tubes and whatnot. This thing took up a huge rolling device, but he rolled it into our classroom and he fired it up. And I lived in a very rural place in Vermont. So it was so small that every single classroom in the entire school just came into one room. And it was for students, right? And there was probably 25 of us. It was a very small school. I don't think there were 60 kids at it.
Wow.
But I very distinctly remember Mount Saint Helens blowing up and getting gassed into the air and being pretty freaked out by it. And 80 was a weird year. There's a lot of other really bizarre stuff that happened. If you look at 1980, that was another one of those years that if you lived through 80, you thought the world might be coming to an end. I mean, there were people getting shot and assassinated and things blowing up. And it was a very, very odd time. But there was no internet, so people didn't discuss such things.
Mm-hmm.
What about a dolphin? Can we get an answer for oh, no, I'm sorry. Maybe Ian wasn't talking about trivia. I was going to suggest maybe you could throw me dolphin. All right, what's next? Let's go.
Okay. Which ancient... Okay, now this one I didn't quite catch. You've talked about this one before, but I think I got a different angle on it. Which ancient Chinese toy dating all the way back to 3000 BC found popularity again in the 80s? Was it A, kites, B, a rattle drum, C, a hacky sack, or D, a board game called Go?
I think I know this one. Like, I think I know this one. Monchichi, says Allison Stacy, and that is a hell of a guess. That is a hell of a guess. Mind Game says hacky sack.
Mind Games got it. It was a hacky sack.
Yeah, but that game has been played in cultures all over the entire world, but it took somebody in the United States to patent it. And the description on the patent is a fully manual 32-gram anti-gravitational device. True story. I wrote a report on the guy that first came out with the hacky sack.
Huh.
Zenwen gives a power shrug. Zenwen, who was running errands today. Weren't you, Zenwen? Just checking. And Shatsy with a watermelon emoji. We are getting into that time of the year. I saw the second biggest watermelon I ever saw yesterday.
Ooh.
I have a Pepsi hacky sack from the 80s sitting on my desk.
Oh, my word.
Sweet. Are you kidding me? The 80s was Pepsi Challenge. That entire decade was the Pepsi Challenge. That's awesome. That's a good score right there. Hacky sack. Rocky Mountain oysters. Not where I was going with that, Ian DeBoe. However, in Funny Farm, Chevy Chase eats a similar thing that they call lamb fries. Pretty funny scene. I was into my BMX bikes back then, not hacky sacks. DuBois resident was rocking BMX bikes were unreal. If you were a boy, that was like winning the lottery. That was a motorcycle before you were allowed to have a motorcycle. It might have been honestly the coolest thing in the world. It really was. Sasquatch Hunter, good to see you. Do you guys remember Crystal Clear Pepsi? Ilea, I'm gonna do a plug right now for another YouTube channel because this is essential. If you've never gone over and checked out LA Beast, right? He's kind of a friend of the Scovilles. He's done a lot for my brother's channel, and he's eaten all of the stuff that's got Johnny's face on it and helped really propel my brother's channel. But he does a deal where he drinks Crystal Pepsi. He does it like a couple of years ago. Like he found bottles of Crystal Pepsi that had been around forever, like since we drank them as kids. And he drinks this stuff. He got them, no joke, like he got them to do a brief run of Crystal Pepsi. So if you've never gone over to LA Beast to check it out, go over there and just look at the Crystal Pepsi one because it's unreal. And yeah, I remember Crystal Pepsi.
I'm going to put his link up on the chat. Yeah,
it's really good stuff. Pepsi Clear Van Halen. Yeah, and if you watch him eating the Tube of Terror or he does the six hot ball challenge, so you'll know what you're in for. LA Beast brought Crystal Pepsi back. Damn straight. See, there's Buddha. Buddha knows. Aspen Soda, says Quiet Girl. Yeah. I'll tell you the one that really sticks with me though.
I loved Aspen.
And this is the reason that when people say that the 90s rock, honestly, the thing that sets me off is Zima. Like to me, when someone says the 90s, I think Zima.
I do too.
Maybe that's bad. Maybe that's bad, or maybe that's not fair. But boy, oh boy, like that was the Zima decade. And for that, like the 80s had acid wash and mullets, and that's kind of embarrassing. But Zima? Come on, people. All right, what's next? I don't want to get anybody really angry at me.
Okay. Okay. Another sports one.
Valerie
Who won?
Good reference. Sorry.
This is you can remember this one, surely. Who won the Super Bowl in '87? Was it the Broncos, the Minnesota Vikings, the New York Giants, or the Houston Oilers?
That was my New York Giants. That was one of the years.
Yeah, you and Chili Phil got it.
What's that?
Yeah, you and Chili Phil got it.
Yeah. No, I was with Papa Scoville for every Giant win, basically.
Oh, really?
Or the vast majority. You know, the Giants ripped off two of them while I was in prison, but all the ones when I was young, yeah, I was with him for that one. It was incredible. Zima tasted like Fresca with a cigarette butt.
Yeah. My next door neighbor used to drink it constantly.
Everybody drank it. You would go into a nightclub. Like I lived in Houston in the 90s, and you would go into a nightclub and there would be, 80% of the place was drinking Zima. And the people that weren't drinking Zima were drinking cocktails made with Zima. Whoa. I literally and
I
doing
never
this
had it,
without,
but I heard it was nasty.
oh man, and doing it without Suboxone, I could literally hurl on the desk. Okay, are you ready, people?
All
Because
right.
this next one's a big one. This next one is going to earn somebody a bottle of hot sauce or 6 hot balls. So Buddha, Buddha's a little slow, so we got to tell Buddha. Buddha, be ready right now. Bartles and James. I had the cutout from Bartles and James in my freshman year at college. I had those 2 in my dorm.
Okay. Which sneaker made a huge resurgence in the 80s? Was it the Reebok Classic, the Converse Chuck Taylors, or the New Balance 990s?
Holy crap. All the above.
Let's see. Mind Games got it. Yeah, it was the Chuck Taylors.
Chuck T's.
Yeah.
Mind games. Mind games. This is what you got to do. You got to choose whether or not you're going to get viciously burned. That was she was first, right? Or he was first. You know what? Yep. Sorry. Okay, so send me an email to. Hold on a second. Send me an email to sober@myyahoo.com and tell me whether you wanted the hot sauce, I quit Lifeboat hot sauce, or the 6 balls of fire. I will give you right now the Scoville warning. The 6 balls of fire are really, really hot for people who dig really, really hot. For people that do not dig really, really hot, they are an atomic bomb going off in your mouth. You will hate the Lifeboat, never come back, never speak to you again. But you can pick either one and let it just email me out. Tell me what you want. Give me an address and we will get them out to you. That's the spirit. 6 balls of fire. And I did the whole government warning. Everybody catch that? Hold on. Murray? Yeah, I read the warning, Murray. We're good. All right.
Have some vanilla ice cream ready when you are about to partake.
And on the reel, prime the pump. Before you eat this stuff, have something in your stomach.
Oh.
Yes, true story. Yeah. That is a moderator on Johnny's show. So maybe we should make him do 12, right? you need 12 of them. I had no chance. Born in the 90s, not knowing American sports. No, yeah, that would have been a tough one.
Yeah,
New Zealand, Chile, yeah, definitely a tough one. We're gonna have to get some footballer questions in some of these. So
okay.
So that we I was doing a deep dive the other day on account of the fact that I've got not much to do. I have a very difficult time getting up and moving around much right now. My skeletal system is kind of giving me the business. But I was going through a bunch of analytics, and you know, when the Lifeboat started out, I kid you not, we were 94% male, right?
Oh.
The latest numbers, the Lifeboat is evened out, so we're about 60-40, which for YouTube is freaking unheard of. Because YouTube is just one of those platforms that guys watch a lot more of. But it is we have a great mix, and we have people from all over the world. If you are watching from Croatia, welcome to the Lifeboat, man. It was exciting as hell for me to look down and see Croatia. I thought, oh, that's really, really cool.
If they come up in the chat, I will sing them a folk song in Croatian sometime.
Please reach out to us if you are and it's not a person, it is persons.
Oh, really?
They're actually making up now a percentage of the audience on. So there's enough of them. There's enough of them to actually dip into to some statistics, which is really good. All right, you know what? I think there's more dad jokes from the UK than the US. Interesting, 7th. I made a lot of ceviche. Yeah, well, I love ceviche, actually, to be really honest with you. I rock lavender ones. Then you. All right, ready? Bring it on, Heather. Let's see what you got.
Right. This was for Full of Hope. This one. Okay, which popular Irish band released the albums War, The Unforgettable Fire, and The Joshua Tree in the 80s?
Never heard of them. All right, look, for those of you around the world, I don't care where you're from, you know this band. But Mind My Blues says, I am from Slovenia. greetings. We are happy. We are downright honored to have you on the Life
That's
Club.
awesome.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That really is. That is so cool.
A bunch of people just got it. Yes, of course it was you too. I didn't even list the ones I'd written down. De Beaumont got it first, looks like. And then Goosebump and Jason and Valerie. Yeah.
Ray went with the Devil's President. Little left to center on that one, right? Pull hooked it. Coming over a little strong with the right hand. I saw them in concert in '86. That would have been the time to see him.
Oh, yeah.
For real. That would have been very good time.
Weird.
That was right around the time that they did the US Festival, right? Wasn't that '86? US Fest? Love to all and love back to you. Thank you. Charlie Daniels Band says Shatsy. Again, slightly off the mark, but great. Bono was hurt and Bruce Springsteen played guitar. You know what? Odd. I think somebody else. I've heard that once before. Wow. I was waiting for the Cranberries. Says Zenwin.
Yeah, the Cranberries and Thin Lizzy were the other two possibilities I was gonna list, but
Thin Lizzy.
Rock Lobster. Who's talking about B-52s?
You know what? I dig the B-52s too, though.
They were fun. Let's see. I got another music.
Bono got political. Wait a second. Bono got political?
No, not at all.
I was gonna try to do that with a straight face, but it just didn't work. Working for that Vegemite. Oh, poor thing. It's behind me. It's always over my shoulder, and then right here on the desk. It's not bad enough. I got a Vegemite because I got a lot of.
How's it one just like that?
Well, there's a lot of crew members from Australia that just think they're wicked funny. You know what I mean?
All right, I got another music one.
My birthday before treatment, my last blowout was Rage Against Machine on July 29th in Pittsburgh, PA. Wow, that had to be a rugged show. I'll tell you what, Pittsburgh, PA is like literally ground zero. If you look at the U.S. from space, and you can track where just the nastiest drug problem currently raging in our country is, it would be radiating out from right there. It really is just. It's tough. It really, I'm praying some very big changes happens. More music ones, please and thank you. All right, let's fire this thing up. We got some music.
I got another one here for you. Okay. Which musician released the song "I'm Still Standing"? This was in the 80s, of course. Was it Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, or Elton John?
Isn't
it Sir Elton John now?
It is Sir Elton John, and he is the one that came up with that. And good tune.
I'm still standing.
One of my favorites.
Oh, we got it.
I'm not kidding you. That was on my MP3 player in the joint. It was probably one of the first 4 songs I bought.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, for real. That's one of those songs that can sort of pick me up when I'm in a really bad mood. I do well with them. We got a lot of people that got that right. Yeah, and one "Oh Duh," which we will allow. Borella says it was Prince. Not a bad guess. But it was Elton.
Oh, I gotta watch one.
You have a watch question?
I gotta watch one. Maybe you've already done it, but I'll throw it out there anyway.
How embarrassing would it be if I got it wrong?
Oh, you can't miss this one.
Holy hell.
You guys might have already done this one. I don't know. But which Swiss watchmaker founded the company in 1983? Was it Timex, Swatch, Hamilton, or Bulova?
It was Swatch. And they became the world's biggest watch company. To this day, the world's biggest watch company is Swatch. In fact, they own about 60 other brands. They sold so many of those little quartz watches in the 80s that they virtually took over. Yes.
Wow.
A lot of people got that one. You know why? Because I tell you what, if you lived in the 80s and you didn't have a Swatch, that's a very odd thing. Like I
couldn't afford.
Everybody had a Swatch in the 80s. It was just something that, and they were bulletproof. You could not damage a Swatch. Like they were so damn difficult to destroy. I mean, the batteries went out and then you never played with them again. Never owned a Swatch, Lemmy. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna need to see a polygraph on this one. I'm serious. It's not that I don't trust him. It's not that I don't trust him, but I'm gonna need to see a polygraph on that one. I really do.
Let's see. Oh, I got a movie one. You ready for this one?
I am.
Okay. Which 1986 movie takes place in a kingdom of goblins? Is it A, The Dark Crystal, B, Labyrinth, or C, Never-Ending Story?
You know,
give you another hint. It had the goblins were the Skeksis.
I'll tell you what, you had me till Skex.
Labyrinth. Yeah, Awaken just got it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I thought it was Labyrinth, but I didn't remember that second name from Labyrinth, which is pretty frightening. Chatsy says Dark Crystal. I kind of was leaning that way too. But Labyrinth is so 1980s that I just thought, man, it's got to be Labyrinth, right? That was it. But so was Never Ending Story. Great. All those movies were awesome. Wendy
saw The Sound of Freedom.
Oh, whoa, man. Heard it's heavy.
The guy that Tim oh good grief, his main not Tim Ballard, the guy that that Jim Caviezel plays. He lives like an hour and a half from me, and I've heard him speak a couple of times, and he's amazing, and just a down to earth human, just nicest guy. And he actually, if you heard the story of how he adopted two of the kids that he rescued, have you heard that story? I cry every time. Every time.
I won't be able to catch the film, I bet, but I'll they'll probably reprint. I read a book about the story. It's heavy, man. It's really, really heavy.
Yeah.
Fantastic. They made it into a film. Bowie, exactly. Car Girl. Goosebumps. Exactly. Yeah, Bowie. Yeah. I mean, it was the amazing, crazy guy. No question, Bowie was out there, but I love David Bowie, man. David Bowie was just incredible. I miss Bowie. My Blues agrees. I miss Bowie. Bowie was fantastic. For real. Fantastic. And fantastic for a really long freaking time. KD, good to see you.
Oh, yep. Hello. Cool. Well, hey, you ready for another one? I've got a movie one.
Sure.
Okay. What should I do? Okay. Which actor portrayed James Bond in the 80s film Never Say Never Again? Was it Sean Connery, Roger Moore, or Timothy Dalton?
It was Timothy Dalton. That's my guess. He was the Bond that should never have been a Bond.
Katie got it. Conky Dog got it. It was Sean Connery.
Was it really?
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of assumed once I heard Dalton, I went right to I couldn't because I can't remember the name of the film that Dalton did that he was so bad in. But Timothy Dalton was awful, man. He was one of those things where you went in there and went, "Who the hell is this? Like this isn't."
Those were the three Bonds in the 80s. That was those three. Connery,
Moore, and Dalton. Yeah, and then we got Pierce Brosnan. I think was next.
Mm-hmm. And
yes,
can't think of
the last guy who's a great Bond.
Or the Craig guy. What was it? What's his name?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. That's
really good James Bond. If you read the book, any of the Bond books, the original ones, you would get an image of your head that was far less like most of the people that played it. But this last Bond plays it pretty straight. It's not so joking and campy like like Batman used to be in 1966. Free Xenu, good to see you. Glad that you're here.
Cool name.
I know, right? I said the exact same thing. Daniel Day Craig.
Daniel Day Craig.
Threw that in there just to cover every base. You don't know what the next question's going to be. Genius. Yeah, I prefer the Sean Connery ones too, V. That's all. I've always been a big Sean Connery guy. However, Roger Moore, Sir Roger Moore. I loved Roger Moore as well. I thought he was fantastic, and In fact, I have a limited edition watch that was made by Seiko for the movie Moonraker.
Oh,
And
really?
it's the watch that Bond wore in the movie. And that movie in the 80s shows you where we were at in the 80s, right? Bond was wearing a digital watch. But it's never been out of the box. And
Wow.
and it came out when Moonraker did. So
Hey.
I'm holding on to it forever. I think it's probably going to be it's the best example of that model on the planet. How many people can say that? There's a Leonardo DiCaprio joke in there somewhere. I never liked Roger Moore. I saw. Hold on. I never liked Roger Moore. Was Pierce Brosnan did good? Yeah, no, Pierce Brosnan was good. Yeah, I'll admit that. Pierce Brosnan was a good Bond. He could pull it off, to be sure. All right, one more. Let's go.
We've given away. Well, you've given away one prize so far. Do you want to make this another?
Sure. Let's go one more.
One? Okay.
Let's go one more.
All right. Okay. Okay. You know the that movie Dune. You know, the first time it came out, it was in '85. I loved the books. I loved the whole thing. So this is about Dune. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What is Arrakis? Is it A, the name of Leto Atreides' home planet? Is it B, the name of the planet where spice comes from? Or is it C, the name of the emperor?
Give me the original part of the question again. Well, just read me the name because I missed it.
Oh, what is Arrakis?
Yeah, isn't Arrakis the place?
Yeah, it is Dune. It's the planet where spice comes from.
Yeah. Great series. So who got it first?
Goosebump, but looks like Goosebump got it first.
Goosebump. All right. It does look like Goosebump. Goosebump, you are going to send me an email to sober@myyahoo.com. And you can choose between a sauce that more than likely isn't going to hurt you and 6 hot balls from Blazing Foods and Johnny Scoville, which guaranteed will hurt you in ways you cannot imagine. Unless you got somebody that you know that you really want to see hurt, in which case, you can always give them these. But warn the hell out of them first. If not, it's kind of bad for them.
That just sounds mean to do that to somebody.
I'm just saying. And I will also need an address and all of that from all of the winners today. As far as those asking me how I'm doing, I'm hanging in there, people. I really am. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is probably now at about a 3.5. It's a little uncomfortable. I'm not having a good time, but it's not like
you are much better off than I anticipated.
Yeah,
much better.
I'm definitely hanging in there. I promise
you are.
Alrighty then. With that, people, you know how we do this, right? I personally am Captain John Scoville, and that's a cat in the basket.
Squirrel. Hello, baby.
Yeah, that is Squirrel Night Zipper. And with that, people, I am out of here. Heather, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This was fun. I like this format. This was fun.
Can't complain.
All right.
It's fun to tag team it.
Yeah, no, this was fun. This was a good time. Alrighty, peeps. I will be seeing you. God
All right,
bless.
you guys. Just remember, if you don't have your list of 5, please get those 5. Please. That's really important for all of you guys that are new. We always make it a point to encourage each of you to have a list of 5 people that you can call. If you start feeling a little squirrely, if you start having any cravings, any temptations, or if you've got anything else going on in your life that that you really just need to reach out to someone and talk to them about it, please have a list of 5 people that you can call day or night. And you know what? Last week, I actually went through my entire list of 5 and got nobody. So you might even want to go more than 5 just in case, because it does happen. But please reach out if you guys are struggling. Reach out. That's why we are here, is to help one another. And I will see you guys all bright and early Sunday morning, at least for here in the States. But anyway, thank you, everybody. We will see you again very soon. Have a great night.